Hey physics friends, Mr. Collier here. I got one last thing I want to point out with potential energy. Potential energy is this idea that we have a mass times gravity times height. But really what we're talking about with height is height relative to something else. So because height is relative, because we're setting a reference point, remember we spent a lot of time this year talking about our frame of reference, it's relative to a reference point. So if my reference point is the ground, which is the most common thing, right, then typically we lift objects above the ground, and so they have a positive height. But if for some reason we made the frame of reference, the top of a basketball net, and the object is now down here, the object is below the frame of reference, the reference point of the basketball net, and so it's going to have negative height. And so typically, when the object is below the reference point, it is going to have a negative height and therefore a negative potential energy. And energy is not scalar, but we will often, it's not a vector, it is scalar, but we will often give it a sign with gravitational to kind of talk about the directionality of it or the relativeness of it compared to something else. All right, that's it for energy. Let me know if you have any questions.